sir.
Come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. ma'am.
Morning.
Good morning.
Please.
Thank you.
Shakti,
Yes, sir.
so what is your view about women empowerment in India?
So the women empowerment in India in last 70-75 years has taken place with various efforts of the government also, and also with increase in awareness among the women themselves about their rights and their role in the entire society.
What, according to you, is women empowerment? What are the 3-4 ingredients of women empowerment?
Sir, first I would like to prioritize. First would be the ability of decision making for themselves. Second would be financial independence that they should have. Third would be they should be heard in the society. I think these are three important caveats of women empowerment.
You are interested in India neighborhood relationship. That
Yes,
is what
sir.
you say. Your take on India-Bangladesh relationship, briefly.
So recently, the India-Bangladesh relation has hit a rock bottom because of the change in regime and also because of the internal political dynamics that took place in Bangladesh. Because of that, there has been strain in the relationship due to certain issues. First, because of the staying of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in New Delhi. Second is the disturbance at the borders and also various issues like in cross-border infiltration, etc. that takes place. And third is also the the issue of minorities in Bangladesh, how they are treated, and the issues that they are suffering through.
What is your view? How can we improve the relationship?
So in order to improve India-Bangladesh relationship, I think first would be a proper dialogue among the two countries. India should facilitate or should basically advocate for first a free and fair election in Bangladesh so that we can have a democratically elected government where we can then talk to them and then diplomatic exchanges can take place based on the dialogues and diplomacy.
You are a student of biochemistry.
Yes,
Why
sir.
the organic foods are called organic?
So because they are being produced without the use of synthetic chemicals and fertilizers.
What does it mean? Why then organic? Every food is organic.
So when we apply chemical fertilizers, pesticides, etc., while the process of production of food, then those are being categorized as inorganic produce because at times the chemicals that we use, they are being retained in the food as smaller particles and then they keep accumulating in the entire food chain.
Okay. You are aspiring for the IS. Usual
sir.
job is the collector or the district head.
Yes, sir.
What are the 3-4 major functions of the district head? 4 or 5 major functions of the district head.
So first is to look after the administration of the entire district and ensure a proper to look after the entire situation, the administration of the district. They also look after the major issues and challenges that are existing, and they are the first respondent in collaboration with the police of that area to deal with the challenges that are taking place.
There are 3, 4, 5 usual functions of the deputy commissioner or the collector everywhere in the district.
Sorry, sir, we'll have to get.
You know. Tell me two concerns which Indian economy has.
So first would be recently there has been depreciation in the value of the currency, the rupee, and declining forex reserves. So these are two major concerns.
These are two major concerns.
And there has also been said dip in the exports of India, like as recently the report has been there. There has been.
Have you heard about the lower savings rate and higher credit, the higher amount which is being taken on the credit cards and other things? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about the lower consumption?
Yes, sir, I have read about it.
Yeah. Is that of concern?
Yes, sir.
Why?
When
Why that is of concern?
So when the consumption expenditure decreases, it leads to decline in the overall demand and supply chain in the economy that impacts the growth rate further, the GDP.
You are a student of politics.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Tell me two political concerns, two concerns the Indian polity faces today.
So first I would like to mention is recently if we talk about the decline in productivity of the parliament because of increasing disruptions that are taking place, which has led to decline in productive debates. First would be that. Second, there is also an internal security challenge in the northeastern states like in Manipur and also the.
That is a political issue.
That remains an internal security threat for the politics of the country.
You are a
international relations subject
Yes, sir.
in your exams. What do you know about Georgia? Why is it in the news nowadays? You know about Georgia?
Yes, sir.
Where is Georgia?
So exact, I'm unable to recall the exact location.
Which ballpark you put it? Where is Georgia in the world? Which continent? At least tell me. Is it in Africa, Latin America, Europe, Asia? Where is it?
So sorry, I'm not.
Okay,
exact.
On the
moving on.
border of Russia. Let me give you
It was
some
a,
hint.
yeah.
On the
It was
border
in
of
a-
Russia.
It was
Then
an
what?
ex-Soviet state.
Okay, sir. Sorry, I need to. read
Can
it.
you now think
Yeah,
about
now
the issue?
places,
Can
what
you
is
think
the-
about the issue?
So recently, the Russia-Ukraine hostility or
It
disturbance.
has no relation to Russia-Ukraine utility apart from in passing. So clearly you don't know about it.
Yes.
So let's move on. You have background in biotechnology.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, cancer research, how far the biotechnology has gone in sort of getting us a cure for cancer, or is it even possible?
So first, if we talk about the major issue with cancer is the rapidly mutating cells. So having a permanent solution to it is not possible as of now with current level of developments. However, there has been certain changes, certain research and development that has been taken place. First, I would like to mention last year the Tata Memorial has come up with a drug, a capsule that is basically that will eat up the free radicals in the body, so that if there is a cancer, it won't spread to other. As we know, that's cell-free DNA.
Okay,
in it.
yeah.
Second will be this year recently Russia also came up with the mRNA vaccine, where it talks about targeted or personalized drug delivery or for treatment of cancer. Where
We heard in news few days back that there was some kind of blood test being developed. A simple blood test will actually detect maybe the early stages or precursors of cancer. Is
Yes,
it has there been such development?
So there has been a development around the CAR T cell therapy in which the blood of the patient is being taken, and there the free chromatin that is being available is used to detect the presence of cancer at its certain stages. And second, then the T cells, which are the immune cells of the body, they'll be engineered and then they'll be put back into the human to tackle.
Okay. So I'm talking about a scenario, biotechnology is so advanced
Yes, sir.
that all the diseases are cured and this thing. Tell me, is it actually a good thing for humanity? People will probably then don't die for 150, 200 years or something.
So if we talk about the natural cell cycle, we know that there is a phenomena of senescence or death in which through the body goes. It won't be able to stop death, but it will be able to cure certain diseases, though the challenges still remains, because if we even talk about simple.
What can be the kind of, social and psychological effects on a society of this kind of thing?
So I think this will help in tackling.
Any ethical issues?
Yes, sir. Whenever we talk about genetic engineering or genetically modified crops, or if we talk about drugs,
No, I'm
which
not talking about this. I'm talking about this issue that some people will start living longer and longer. Others may not be able to afford it. Will it lead to some kind of tensions, societal tensions,
yes, sir, this may become an issue because certain drugs are costly and they can only be available by a certain section of the society, keeping the.
So this will be another kind of, social divide. Rich people can live longer, poor people may not live as much.
Yes, sir, this remains a challenge, but for that only the government comes up at times with certain costly, the medicines, the generic versions, or we can talk at a subsidized.
Okay. Moving on, your father is a policeman.
Yes, sir.
So how was it growing up in a policeman's house? Tell me how it has affected your upbringing. What do you understand by a policeman's life, challenges, the positives as well as negative, just in 2-3 sentences?
So certain challenges that I would like to mention was, as a child, most of the time my dad was not at home the time when we were awake. So it is because of there is no fixed week offs for them, there is no fixed time of working.
That we all know.
Yes,
how
sir.
it has affected your perspective or any, how do you see police or life in general?
So initially I had certain I had certain apprehensions regarding this because I didn't get to spend much time with my father, but with time I realized that how it is important for his role, specifically like on certain like religious gathering recently taking place, or even on festivals. I understand how important it is, the role to be present in order to maintain the law and order situation.
So net, is it a good thing for the family if the family man, father or mother is in police or not?
So it's a good thing if if any family member is serving the nation at any level, be it in police. I would like to.
Okay, last question to you. You have interest in poetry.
Yes, sir.
How poetry has influenced your perspective on life, and how can it be helpful or negative in your perspective life as an administrator or a police person?
So if we talk about poetry, this most of the time helps me in channelizing my imagination, any kind of thought process that I'm going through. It gives me a respite, like it's a form of journaling which I use to express my own thoughts. This helps me get more clarity. It also ensures a sort of creativity in me that I have been.
You write poetry or you read poetry?
So I write poetry also, and I like reading and collecting certain
Who's
poems.
your favorite poet?
So Shiv Mangal Singh Suman, and his poem that Vardaan Nahi Mangunga has been one of my favorite that has inspired me a lot.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You are from Naini, Prayagraj. So Mahakumbh is being organized there. What do you think have been the major challenges to the administration?
Three major challenges I would like to mention. First, the increased footfall, as it has been predicted to be 40 crore around. So management of the crowd becomes one of the major challenges. Second, we also have the foreigners visiting that place. So at that also maintaining their safety, security, because they carry on the image for the country from such events as well. Third is also environmental challenges, because such a huge population is accumulating there. So in this, management of waste proper, along with ensuring a good experience for them remains.
Have you visited the Kumbh?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay, so tell me, what has been the economic impact on the economy of UP in general and the areas in particular, including your town?
Ma'am, if we talk about, it has been predicted that because of such huge footfall and such a big, this is going to at least lead to, will lead to approximately 2.4 trillion accumulation of the wealth for the government. That will also impact the GDP of this state.
How much have they spent?
Yes, ma'am, there has been huge expenditure on that as well. But in certain events we see, that the local economy also boosts a lot, starting from hotels, restaurants in that area, the cuisines that are there, food, etc. And also it will also help in popularizing the handicrafts that are there.
You just mentioned so many people will be taking the dip in the Sangam.
Yes.
What about the cleanliness and the, cleanliness issue basically?
Ma'am, in order to tackle the issue of pollution in Ganga, the Namami Gange program has been into place from quite some time. But religious events that are basically based on certain astronomical adjustments, etc. So this helps in boosting the spiritual tourism in certain places, along with also boosting the culture of a particular location. Though this remains a challenge, but however, government can tackle it along with including the technological
Would you like
methods.
to include it under the soft power diplomacy?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
How?
This could be a part of soft, because it helps in popularizing the India's culture at an international level. Recently, we have seen so many foreigners have visited, and also we see every day some or the other interviews where they are appreciating about all their experiences that they are having here.
You mentioned, and when Sir asked you about women empowerment, you said financial independence. Now, majority of the women are working at home. Your mother is herself a housewife. So how do you give them financial independence? How is it possible now? You will, of course, you aspire to work, but I think 80% or 80% don't work. So
Yes.
financial independence, how would it come to them?
I think because this has been continued for years, and now we are trying to bring change in it. I think the change in mentality of men at home is more important in order to ensure that they understand their wife as a part of their journey, like my father has always did. So I think that also, that they understand their concerns, they're also very much receptive toward their needs and issues. I think that can remain one of the emotional balance that we say that is required.
But how about, counting her work under the GDP? Then that will give her the financial status. Why are we refraining from doing that?
Yes, ma'am, the care economy that remains, that women are.
I think she'll be the biggest earner, because without her the household doesn't move.
Yes,
So why are we refraining? We've been delaying this act and this step for so many years.
Yes, ma'am. This is a major challenge that remains. I think recognizing the care economy, the work that the women are doing, would help not just in boosting the economy of the country, but also it will provide them a sort of sense of independence, as financial independence, I said. However, certain challenges remains, which has basically backtracked this development in the.
Your address reads Mama Bhanja Talab. Is there any story to it, or just how is it named? The address says this.
Yes, ma'am. It is basically named because of a tale that goes along with it, that the locality in which the town has been set up, that belonged to a Mama Bhanja duo, and life was sacrificed, and so in their name only they just renamed that place as Mama Bhanja.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, in between Israel and Palestine, there has been a ceasefire
Yes, sir.
ceasefire announcement, not in place
Yes, sir.
as at now. Presuming it happens, how do you see Israel and Palestine relations going forward? Does it solve anything? If yes, why? If no, why?
I think, sir, the current movement, the requirement was a ceasefire agreement because of lots of life and property damages that were taking place. However, even today also we read in the news that the Israel has again attacked because of certain violations. Because these are certain historical grievances that might remain in the region. But as of now, the current requirement is stopping any
No,
kind.
I am talking of post ceasefire, presuming that the ceasefire. So, what do you think will happen to Israel and Palestinian relations post ceasefire? Another 5 years for ceasefire is stopping of killing and all that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's okay. So, what do you think will that relationship be going forward?
So until the two countries don't come to a proper agreement related to, like, we have the proposed two-state solution, until that the hostilities will remain, because these are certain historical grievances that have not been resolved and not been addressed.
Okay.
So I think the issues between the two countries will remain for quite some time.
The two countries?
So these are two, yes sir, the two countries, Israel and Palestine, and also basically because of the role of Hamas, or the non-state actor in this, is playing a major crucial role in impacting their relationship.
Well, Hamas is not non-state in the sense that it was the ruling dispensation, rightly or wrongly. Anyway, that's not the point. So, how do you think this Ukraine war will be settled by Trump? Are there any indications? He has himself not, of course, spelled it out, but other people are spelling it out.
Yes, sir, there are, people are expecting that the Trump change in the regime in US will also come to a ceasefire, lead to a ceasefire agreement or any stability in the region. However, it is yet to be seen how the relations.
No, what is the contour, if any, which some of the people are talking about, some of the people allied to Trump or designated by Trump as to be in certain positions?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no issue. Now, you have organic farming. So there is another type of farming which is being propagated these days, which is natural farming. Okay. So how would you relate these two types?
So in organic farming, we basically use certain we use certain organic manures, etc. Whereas in natural farming, the basic idea is to emulate the natural ecosystem.
Are you fully aware of what is natural farming?
Yes, sir. We are.
Just spell out 1, 2, 3, 4.
There are four major proponents are there. Like Vahapisa is there, then mulching. We talk about Jivamritam, where the fertilizer, naturally grown fertilizer will be, and Bijamritam, where seeds are basically being treated with certain neem, etc., so that the pests won't attack during the germination stage.
It is only about pest attack or something else?
So also, it will also empower its growth, also leads to proper growth and germination at that stage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Shakti, you are interested in neighborhood and you were answering to Chairman Sir's question on India-Bangladesh. We have been hearing about revival of SAARC. Muhammad Yunus wants it. So do you think SAARC revival is very important at the moment? And why is India not very much interested in revival of SAARC now?
Ma'am, talking about is SAARC revival important? Yes, definitely.
Why?
That will lead to integration of the South Asia remains a major challenge, because the several countries that are there, they share a common history. So that has been carried forward. I think India's reluctance is basically because of involvement of Pakistan And as India always states that terror and talks don't go together. So we have been pushing for that, and this has become one of the reasons why the SARC has been at the backstage in the recent times.
Why at this moment Mohammed Yunus is so much interested, and even he is backed by Pakistan in reviving SARC?
Yes, ma'am. The major reason could be because in order to create their own access in the region, like India remains one of the major power in the South Asian region, but because of the recent instability in Bangladesh, this has not just impacted India-Bangladesh relations, but also the entire South Asia. So I think Mohammed Yunus means, clearly I'm not aware about that, but if I would like to take a guess, I think this could be in order to establish themselves as a government of Bangladesh, or to legitimize themselves, could be one reason at the international platform.
Right now we are focusing on BIMSTEC. So do you think BIMSTEC can supplement SARC?
Yes, ma'am, because most of the members are the same, excluding Pakistan. I think BIMSTEC could act as a supplement.
Excluding Pakistan only?
No, ma'am, certain other countries in the region as well.
Okay, anyways, Shakti, this is a new year. First month of the new year, so everybody they keep making resolutions. So what do you think should be the resolutions for India this year?
Ma'am, since if we talk about the geopolitical scenario, first I think India should cater to the climate change, could be one major thing on which India should, and India has also actively acted on that. Second would be building a better neighborhood relations, as we have seen that in recent time there has been decline.
Next.
And third would be India's role as a leader of global South at the global platform, like advocating for permanent seat at UNSC or reforms in the United Nations could be. These are the three things.
What about income inequality, women issues? No?
Internally.
Okay. So,
Any take on the new research in biochemistry?
So, related to any field?
Any field? New research in biochemistry which is happening world over.
So, like you can see in recent time there has been focus on the genetically modified crops and use of nano urea etc. that has been developed for the benefit of the agriculture, because climate change poses a major threat to the agriculture productivity, and India being an agricultural economy will suffer because of that. So there has been certain positive developments. First would be the nano urea that has been developed by IFCO last year. Second, the focus on shifting towards genetically modified crop like the GM mustard.
Okay, thank you. Your interview is over. We'll call you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.